Hey, how you doing? I'm Michael Faba, and here's another bodybuilding posing lesson.
This tutorial is about the rear double biceps pose. Let's start by building the pose from the ground up. Now with the rear double bicep pose and rear lat spread pose, you are required to show a calf. Both of these poses utilize the same leg positioning. And here's how you do it. With your feet shoulder width apart, imagine that there's a square on the ground. Your feet will initially be at the top two corners of that square. If you choose to display your right calf, you would step back to the bottom right corner of the square like this. You would then raise up onto your right toe to fully contract the calf. Then you would rotate your heel in towards your body to show the cut between your hamstring and quad. Now it's time to become more agile, so squat down slightly. Remember the axle that comes from the top of our head down to the ground. This should be at the center of the square. You'll find that this position makes it easy for you to contract your calves, hamstrings, quads, and glutes. The next idea is to perform an imaginary leg curl, so that if you were to lift your leg off the ground, this would happen. For female competitors, follow the same idea, but instead of a square, make it a wider rectangle. This enables your right leg to become straight. Now let's build the upper body part of the rear double biceps pose. The first step is to contract your shoulder blades together as much as possible. The second step is to flex your biceps so that you close the angle of your arms completely. The third step is to perform a wrist curl so that you contract your forearms. The fourth and final step is to spread your lats like you would in a lat spread, like this. Notice how your elbows raise to the final position once the spread is complete. For female competitors, remember to flare out those fingers. The elbows should form a subtle V formation as opposed to a horizontal line. This makes the pose more aesthetic and allows the human eye to begin building the image of the hourglass illusion. Building the rear double biceps pose with this method will have you replicating the pose perfectly every time. You feel nice and balanced with the idea of sitting into that square on the ground, and be confident that you're flexing your legs during the pose.
I'll now show you how to strike this pose using different entrances. Feel free to use your favorite one the next time you're up on stage. That concludes this posing lesson. I hope you enjoyed it, and remember, practicing posing is fun cardio.